Hello everyone, welcome back to another day out on the farm. Today we got a little special treat, I guess. Not really. We got some work. Okay, so we have this older 4640 here, and I'm going to show you kind of what we're going to do to it. So inside these newer tractors down here is kind of a plug-in system. Think of it as like a 12-volt outlet system. Well, obviously the older tractors do not have that, so we're going to try and install one so that we can use modern electronics with it. Turn this light on. Voila! It's gonna be dark. How dark? I don't know. But the first thing we do know we need to do is... This won't stick anywhere. Just stick it down here. So the first thing we need to do is get underneath this dash, because I guess that's where all the fuses are, and we're gonna have to make... Well, there's a kit that came with it. It's got like a few fuses and a relay on it. So we kind of looked at it and, what are you doing? There's about 4 bolts it looks like we'll have to take off. So that's kind of the first step into tearing into this thing and taking a peek at what we got to do to get it working. So it looks like this here is our fuse box. So I'm going to pop these tabs open and then grab our harness and see what it looks like. Okay, so I ended up taking off the other half just to take a peek underneath. Make sure there wasn't anything over there that I needed to know about. Next step, looks like this is our breaker box. So we have some hand-drawn schematics from the John Deere mechanic. So I will now see if I can figure this out. So this here is our harness kit, and then we have the plugs too, but this is just the wiring. Here's the new plug system. So it just works as an outlet. These pop open. There we go. So these little doors pop open, and then there's just a 3-prong outlet in there. But at the end of this is just 3 wires with these little doohickeys on them, which I believe will connect just to these little doohickeys right there, color coordinate. Then I'll just have to mount this somewhere, I suppose. And then this, according to my judgment, will just be to the power source. 3 wires should be able to do this. So orange is switched, I believe. Doesn't say, but I think orange is switched. Black is probably ground. Red is usually live. So I just have to ground this one, and then so these 2 are the only ones I have to find a home for on the fuse panel. So it looks like down here, you probably can't see it, but I think I can utilize that as a ground. There's also, looks like there's a little ground next to it as well for this, whatever this relay is. So this must be live and this must be switched. The thing is, there's 2 per row. I'm assuming I'm going to be using the outside ones, maybe. So I will need some little circle doodads to crimp onto the end of my wires. Ground first. I think I'm going to pull off this one. I think that'll be easiest. Well, I'll do the little guy. I'll do the little one. So I'm going to go down here. It's too bad they didn't throw in the wiring diagram, just saying what the colors are. I'm sure black's ground. Yeah. I would assume red is constant. The only thing is this thick wire I thought would be constant, but it's orange. So I feel like it's switched.
Yeah, I think you did say that, didn't you?
So the last thing I'm going to do to just make sure this works is hook it up and not install anything. Just kind of hook the wires up and make sure it's wired up right. Okay. Yeah, let's plug the monitor in and see if it works. I'll just plug it into here. Let's go this way. Nothing? Well, wait. Let me turn the key on.
Nope, we got power.
Cool. Alright, I am back at this work stuff. It is a new day. I have caught a minor cold. So if you see me blowing any snout rockets, mind your own business. I kind of got things not mapped out, but kind of an idea what I want to do. I decided I'm going to use some double-sided tape and kind of tape up like this junction little thing right here. And then I'll try and find some self-tapping screws just for the outlets. Then I got some zip ties and what have yous. Just gonna run it to where I think would be a good spot to have it, and should be all it is. There's no fire. Shed didn't start on fire overnight, so it's good. It's a good sign. This is where I ended up putting it. If you can see that, kind of just followed the lines of the fender.
Back together with the way you thought.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah. We have a new to us little deal. I'm gonna pull it out of the shed. We have it backed in. We just got it a few days ago, actually. About a week, actually. We just haven't messed with it yet, so we haven't tried anything because it's been so cold. But I will show you what it is. I'll have to do a demo of it working at a later date because it is still too wet to use it. Here's the tongue. So we're just gonna pull it out of the shed and then we're gonna just test out the hydraulics and crap. Alright, here is our new toy. Ta-da! It is a rock picker. So it does what its name is, and it actually just picks up rock for us. Alright, so you saw it work. I've never actually used one, nor do I know how to use it at all. But essentially that reel spins and like kicks the rocks into the bucket, and then the bucket dumps it. That's all she is. But it's just supposed to pick up big rocks, small rocks, all sorts of them, and then helps with labor, I guess, of picking up rock. So maybe you've guessed that with this new rock picker, that's why we put electricity in the new, or in the 4640. So this little box runs the hydraulics. They're electric over hydraulics. So these basically toggle the hydraulic valves, and then the hydraulic, what's used for pressure to actually lift and lower and what have you. But since this is electric and it has a modern John Deere end, that's why we had to put the strip in. This should be simple. I just got to plug it in and find somewhere to mount it. So I won't show that, but I will demo it once we get it ready to rock and roll. Which you can only use these things in... What the fuck is wrong with you? Which you can only use these rock pickers in the spring and fall when there's no crops in the field, because otherwise you'll ruin your crop, obviously. So this is actually prime time to own one. So it'll be pretty soon. We'll be trying her out, testing it. I have no idea how it works. I've seen one YouTube video. That was it. So we'll see. So here's my new little toy. I got it actually with the camper in mind, but I figure if I just haul it to work every day, I could ride it home for lunch and save me some gas money. Because that truck probably gets, like, if I were to guess, maybe 15 miles to the gallon. And then this little guy claims 180 miles to the gallon. Which is to be determined. As you can see, I've ridden it a little bit. It's actually a 2022, so it's brand new. But I've been riding gravel roads and whatnot. So we're going to take it for a little spin. Alright, we'll get her warming up now. Alright. We're gonna go for a ride and go home. I forgot my helmet, so it's gonna be a cold ride. Find a good place to put ya. Not gonna be able to see my speedometer because you are right in the way. Claim 100 miles to the gallon, and then these new 2022s claim 180 miles to the gallon, which I'm not sure I believe I'll get that much, but maybe, we'll see. Wish my hood would stay up. It's just not even trying. Loose gravel. So I do have some new here. Yep, yeah. All right. Now I'll do the second time around. So, let's see, what all did I say on the road? So this is a 125cc little motorcycle. She tops out at maybe, it'll do 70 with the wind behind your back, but going down a hill. But other than that, it'll probably average about 45 to 50, maybe 50 to 55 actually. Depends where the wind is, no joke. But it is just a blast. It's tiny, awesome. Guy bought it brand new in St. Louis, so I drove all the way to St. Louis, which is 6 hours, something like that. Because these are so hard to find because of the gas mileage. But the guy bought it brand new, put exhaust on it, sold it back to a dealership, so I bought it used with 0 miles. And I'm just having a ball on it. It's got ABS brakes. It's fuel injected, which is neat. So I got some, they're called mobbers. And basically it's just a knobby tire for gravel. For around here, that's a necessity because 90% of the roads in Iowa are gravel. And then if you're on pavement, around here, you are at a 55 miles an hour zone. And that thing struggles to do 55, you know, so. But other than that, I'm here, I'm on lunch break, so I'm gonna go have some lunch. Hope you enjoyed the ride as much as I did. I was cold.